This beginner waterfall painting is perfect if you're just starting out painting or working with kids. So let me show you how to paint it. First, grab a mop brush and you take some sky blue and white together and do back and forth strokes at the top of your canvas. This is going to be your sky. I like to bring it down just before halfway and then clean off your mop brush so we can grab some dark brown, and I like to add some tan in mine as well. So for the background of your waterfall, we're just going to do a simple dark base layer. This represents the rocks behind the waterfall. And do it a couple inches thick. So see how I have it right there in the middle? You decide how tall your waterfall is, but just make sure you leave some space at the bottom for the water that's going to be underneath. So I'm going to do it just like that and then clean my brush off one more time. Now for the water at the bottom, I'm going to take a bright blue and like a greenish teal blue here together on my brush. And I'm going to do back and forth strokes again all the way down to the bottom of my canvas. I'm using 12 by 12 textured cardstock today, by the way, but you can use any kind of canvas you'd like. Once you have these 3 stripes of color, dry it. I like to use my hairdryer to speed up the process, and then grab a brush to create the waterfall. Now, before when I've taught this painting, I used a round brush, which you could use if you don't have a fan brush, but I'm going to use a fan brush today because I think this makes a more realistic looking waterfall, but still super simple. So I loaded up my brush with some white and using it horizontally, I'm just going to start at the top and wiggle my way down to that water at the bottom. See how easy that was? Notice I'm creating a slight curve that curves up and around the top of that brown stripe, and the rest just imagine gravity pulling the water down into that blue water at the bottom. See, that is so simple. Make sure you're not putting too much paint on your brush because what you want to avoid is having a solid white stripe of paint here. I love how the fan brush allows you to have some of the brown showing through each of the brush strokes. But to fill it in some areas, you can also turn the fan brush vertically and then add some straighter brush strokes of the white as well. This makes it so much easier to design. Also, make sure you don't stop at the brown stripe there. Make sure you pull some brush strokes down into that water as well. I like to bring mine down almost halfway there. And what this does is allows room for splashing because the water would not be super calm at the bottom. It would be splashing all over the place. So I like to take my fan brush and do a combination of tapping brush strokes and then back and forth strokes like this. If you get too much white, you can also always go back in with some more of that watercolor on your brush and blend in that white. Have fun with it and play around with it. The water could get super crazy. You could even add little splashes with some splatter white paint as well. That's up to you. And if you don't have a fan brush, you could also use a round brush and do the same thing. Just tap white and some of that watercolor in around the bottom edge of your waterfall, and then add some back and forth strokes as well for some ripples and to blend it in. So something like this. That's a super simple waterfall. Now to frame it, I'm going to take my mop brush again and some more of that brown paint. At the bottom here, we need something to shift our focus upwards towards the waterfall so we have a focus. So I'm just going to do a rocky outline at the very bottom of my canvas here. Much better. Okay, let's make this look like a landscape with some greenery. I'm going to take one of my artist sponges. Usually these have a smooth side and a textured side. We're going to use the textured side by dipping it into dark and light green together and just tap it. My sponge is completely dry, so I get the most texture, plus I want to see some of that dark brown showing underneath it. Start with just a little bit and then add as you go. I'm going to do this all along the left side of my waterfall. Don't be afraid to even grow it up into the sky as well. Maybe there's trees growing at the top there. I'm keeping it super simple, but it's up to you if you add tree trunks and different details like that. I'm also going to do the same thing on the right side here. And don't worry if you go super crazy and get green down in your water, we can fix that up later. But while you have the sponge, also add some green at the bottom where these rocks are. Maybe there's plants growing here as well. So I'm going to add those all the way across. And don't be afraid to get that into your blue as well to hide that rough edge. Just don't lose your water. If you do end up getting too much green into your water though, you can always go back in when it's dry with a round brush. I'm taking some of the blue from my water and just fixing up some of the edges. That's entirely optional. Now let's add some flowers. First, I'm going to take a detail brush and add some flower stems, or these could even be grasses growing at the bottom here. Just a few simple upwards brush strokes up into that blue. That makes it look like there's plants growing along the bottom. And then clean off your detail brush and pick a color for your flowers. I'm going to do bright pink and white together. I covered the side of my brush, and all I'm going to do is press down and pull up like a stamp anywhere I want to add a flower. See how simple that is? And I'm going to add them all over wherever I put the green texture in different clusters. You can add as many flowers as you want this way. It is super simple. I'm going to do that on both sides all over. And at the bottom where I added those stems, you could make them into flower stems just by tapping the brush at the very top, or you could just do little taps all down at the bottom and keep that as grass. That's up to you. Once I add my flowers then, I like to dry it and then take my sponge with some bright green again and add some highlights all throughout. This makes it look like the flowers are growing in and around the shrubbery instead of just plastered on the top there. Don't lose your flowers, but kind of fade them in a couple different areas like this. And don't forget a couple pops of bright highlights down at the bottom as well. See how that made all the difference? And then as a final touch, this is also optional, I'm going to take a fine liner brush with some black paint and add 3 birds at the top. If you struggle with tiny birds, by the way, I suggest using a Sharpie or a fine tip pen too. That works perfect on dry acrylic. And there we go. I love to paint this one in the springtime. And let me show you the difference between the fan brush and the round brush. Remember I said you could use either for the waterfall, but stylistically, the water looks very different. So the brush you use is so important. Play around with both and tell me which one you like best. Have fun. I can't wait to see how these turn out, and happy painting.